because everything is arranged there also. You can view the whole function from there. Please be seated in science wing.
Friends, we request everyone to kindly put your mobiles on switch off mode or on silent mode, please. Please switch off your mobiles or put it on silent mode.
Ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished guests of the day have arrived. May I request everyone to please join us in extending a very warm and hearty welcome to them. नमस्कार, CSIR-CECRI के इस 76वें स्थापना दिवस के अवसर पर आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत है. Good morning and a very warm welcome to one and all. It is my proud privilege to welcome our most respected Dr. N. Kalaiselvi Madam, Director General CSIR and Secretary DSIR. Shri Bhupinder Singh Bhalla Sir, Secretary MNRE. Dr. KJ Sriram Sir, Director CLRI. Dr. N. Anandavalli Madam, Director SERC. Our own Director, Dr. K. Ramesha Sir, Director CSIR-CECRI. Dr. A. Sivanmugam Sir, Chief Scientist, CSIR-CECRI. Shri Shyamsundar Sir, Administrative Officer, CSIR-CECRI. It is my pleasure to welcome all the eminent and renowned personalities who have joined us today to grace this momentous occasion. Our respected former directors, members of our Research Council, esteemed industrial partners, special invitees from CSIR headquarters and sister laboratories, press and media, staff, scholars and students of CSIR-CECRI. On behalf of entire CECRI fraternity, I once again extend a very warm welcome to one and all on this joyous occasion of 76th Foundation Day of this pioneering research institute, which was founded in the year 1948 and was dedicated to the nation as the 12th national laboratory under CSIR. CECRI is now proudly entering the 76th year of its foundation, celebrating its legacy and its key contributions to science and technology for more than 75 long years. This day also marks the completion of the year-long celebrations, Platinum Jubilee celebrations in the name of CECRI at 75, which was initiated by respected Kalaiselvi Madam as the Director CSIR-CECRI. So to start with, may I request everyone to rise up for invocation, please.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sukhalam, Malayaja Sheetalam, Sasya Shyamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Shubhra Jyotsna Pulakitaya
Thank you all. May I now request our director, Dr. K. Ramesha, sir, to extend a floral welcome to our distinguished guests on the dais. Dr. Ramesha presenting our floral bouquet to Dr. N. Khalai Selvi, Madam, Director General CSIR and Secretary DSIR. Dr. Ramesha extending a floral welcome to Shri Bhupinder Singh Bhalla, sir. Bouquet being presented to Dr. N. Anandavalli, Madam. Now to Dr. K.J. Sriram, sir. थैंक यू सर। मैं मंचासीन हमारे अतिथिगणों से अनुरोध करती हूं कि वे दीप प्रज्वलित कर इस कार्यक्रम का शुभारंभ करें। May I now request our dignitaries on the dais to please light the lamp and mark the ceremonial beginning of this event.
आप सभी का हार्दिक हार्दिक आभार। माननीय साथियों, अब समय है स्वागत भाषण का। Now it's the time for the welcome address. May I now request Dr. A. Shivsun sir, Chief Scientist, CSIR-CECRI, to kindly deliver the formal welcome address, please. Sir, please.
A very good morning to all of you. ஒரு வாரம் ஒரு ஆய்வகம் என்ற இந்த தொழில்நுட்ப பிரச்சார விழாவின் இரண்டாம் நாள் நிகழ்வு மற்றும் இந்த மைய மின்வேதியியல் ஆராய்ச்சி நிறுவனத்தின் 76ஆம் நிறுவன நாள் விழா கொண்டாட்டத்திற்கு வருகை தந்து அரங்கினுள் அமர்ந்திருக்கும் ஆன்றோர், சான்றோர், தொழில்முனைவோர், சிறப்பு விருந்தினர் மற்றும் சக விஞ்ஞானிகள், மாணவர்கள், பத்திரிகையாளர்கள் அனைவருக்கும் மற்றும் அலைவரிசையில் ஆவலுடன் இணைந்திருக்கும் அன்பு உள்ளங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் இனிய காலை வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டு இந்த மைய மின்வேதியியல் ஆராய்ச்சி நிறுவனத்தின் சார்பாக இந்த விழாவிற்கு உங்கள் அனைவரையும் இருகரம் கூப்பி வருக 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 என்று வரவேற்று மகிழ்கிறேன். சப்கா நமஸ்கார், அவர் ஸ்வாகத்தம். A pleasant and happy morning and very warm welcome to each and every one of you. It fills my heart with immense joy and pride to see such a gathering, distinguished and honorable guests, our valuable industrial clients and partners, special invitees, fellow scientists, students, press, media, and all from who are all part of our research journey of this institute. Today, we commemorate the 76th birthday of this great institution, a day that marks the beginning of an era on electrochemistry filled with legacy, excellence, perseverance, and dedication. On July 25th, 1948, Karaikudi wore a festival look with a large gathering, more than 1 lakh people. A new era in the Indian science started. It was the day the foundation stone for CSIR-CECRI was laid at Karaikudi by the then Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru in the presence of Sandhi Swarup Bhatnagar, the Director and the Founder DG of CSIR. The historical event took place by the great efforts of Dr. R.M. Alagappa Chettiar, a philanthropist, educationalist, industrialist, and a visionary leader, a multifaceted personality who could envision the power of electrochemistry in those early days. And today, the Institute has a supreme legacy led by most reverend, honorable scientific leaders as directors, Dr. K.S.G. Das, Dr. H.K.V. Udupa, Dr. K.S. Rajagopal, Dr. K. Vasu, and Dr. S.K. Rangarajan, and so on, visited by Nobel laureates and authorities of electrochemistry like Bockris and so on. Today, electrochemistry has evolved as a one-stop solution provider to many of the present-day challenges, let it be corrosion mitigation, energy storage, electroplating, rare earth elements, green hydrogen, carbon capture, smart manufacturing, recycling technologies, whatnot. Today, CSIR-CECRI has high technological relevance by its core strength of electrochemistry, which is evident from the fact that the Government of India has identified a leader for science and technology from CSIR-CECRI, that is our Honorable Madam Dr. N. Kalaiselvi, to shoulder and to guide and shape up the national stand on energy storage scenario, hydrogen mission, electric vehicle conversion, smart manufacturing, and so on. First and foremost, I feel honored to extend a warm welcome to our most honorable, humble, connected closely to the hearts of every CECRI fraternity, evolved science and technology leadership, inspiring women scientists, a valuable gift made by CSIR-CECRI to our nation, our beloved Director General of CSIR and Secretary DSIR, Dr. N. Kalaiselvi Madam, who has come to her mother home to grace this memorable event. Our heartily welcome, Madam. Secondly, we have with us our special guest, Sri Bhupinder Singh Balla, IAS Secretary, MNRE, Government of India, to deliver the Foundation Day lecture. The connect of MNRE with the CSIR-CECRI is very much important in the context of its commitment to implement various energy goals in the country. CECRI has tremendous potential and core strength in energy storage. We are working on the development of various demanding energy storage technologies like lithium-ion, sodium-ion, aluminum-air, zinc-air, and flow battery systems, which have a strong hold towards renewable integration and the electrification of vehicles. CECRI is working hard and more committed to nurture Indian industries to initiate localized lithium-ion battery manufacturing in the country and to create an ecosystem and to synergize the supply chain for sustainability. The demand for establishing a comprehensive lithium-ion battery testing facility is a timely requirement in the present ecosystem. CECRI has submitted a proposal to MNRE to create an integrated and comprehensive lithium-ion battery testing facility to support Indian industries. To test, evaluate, and validate their batteries for e-mobility and energy storage applications. We have great pleasure to welcome Sri Bhupinder Singh Balla to our Foundation Day celebration and to deliver the Foundation Day lecture. Hearty welcome you, sir, from CECRI fraternity. Next, we are privileged to welcome Dr. K.J. Sriram, Director, Central Leather Research Institute, Chennai, for this Foundation Day function. He is very well connected to CSIR-CECRI as he was our officiating director earlier and supported, guided immensely to every activity of CECRI. Our hearty welcome to you, sir. Next, we have with us Dr. N. Anandavalli, Madam, Director, SCRC, CMC, Chennai. We are very much delighted to have you with us on this special day, madam. Wholeheartedly, we acknowledge your continuing support and guidance in all our endeavors as Chairman of Management Council and also the Director of CMC Chennai to help our activities at our Chennai Center. Next, I welcome our beloved Director, Dr. K. Ramesha, a vibrant leader who is hand-holding and guiding us in all aspects and activities of CECRI. His support and guidance is huge in this grandiose celebration of 1 week, 1 laboratory technology campaign and the 76th Foundation Day. Welcome you, sir. After assuming his office, he transferred 2 technologies to Monotech System, 3 printable polymer filaments. Today, they have come out with the 3 products developed based on our technology to launch in the market today as an import substitution. As you all know, 3D printing is an evolving next-generation manufacturing technology. The polymer filaments now used are mostly from imported sources. Today, 3 polymer filaments are released to Indian market in this function. We congratulate Messrs. Monotech Systems, Chennai, for their swift translation of our technology to the market. Hats off to them for making this day for us. We extend a warm welcome to Mr. Rajesh, Vice President of Monotech Systems, for his memorable celebration. I extend a very warm welcome to Summit's team, Mr. James Solomon from Summit's Hygronics Coimbatore, who has taken our carbon capture technology last year during the Foundation Day celebration from the hands of our DG Madam. Today, we congratulate and appreciate the extensive work being carried out by them at their site to scale up the process and concerted efforts being taken in various aspects to make that groundbreaking technology, the most wanted technology, into reality. Our hearty welcome to Summit's team once again. I take this opportunity to to welcome all the senior and the retired scientists, the former directors, RC members, present media, and every one of you for this Foundation Day celebration. Thank you very much. I welcome you one and all. Thank you.
Dhanyavad, sir. Nandri. Thank you so much for very, very kind and nice words in welcoming our honorable guests and gathering, and also highlighting the significance of electrochemistry in various R&D areas and role of MNRE. Thank you, sir.
May I now invite our Director, Dr. K. Ramesha, sir, for the presidential address, please.
Dignitaries on the dais, Dr. N. Kalaiselvi, DG CSIR, Secretary DSIR, Sri Bhupinder Singh Bhalla, IAS, Secretary MNRE, Government of India, Dr. K.J. Sriram, Director CLRI, Dr. N. Anandavalli, Director CSIR-CECRI, and former directors, former scientists, and industrialists, media and press, other government body representative here, and the CSIR-CECRI and CSIR family members, staff, and students, my dear students. Vanakkam, namaskar, and welcome to this 76th Foundation Day celebration. So CSIR, Central Electrochemical Research Institute, founded on 25th July 1948 by our visionary leader, Dr. Alagappa Chettiar, who donated land, money for this institute. This is Temple of Electrochemistry. So on this occasion, we remember him, we pay our tribute to him. Now, as the country is celebrating Azad Ka Amrit Mahotsav, CSIR-CECRI completing its glorious 75 years and now stepping on 76th Foundation Day. And on this day, we have two secretaries, Secretary DSIR, Secretary MNRE, along with us here as a guest. And to tell, to note more happy things that Dr. N. Kalai Selvi Madam, who initiated the Platinum Jubilee celebrations of CSIR-CECRI, is today present as a chief guest for 76th Foundation Day as chief guest and DG CSIR. So that's an honorable moment for all of us. And Madam, you may remember that when you started this 75 Platinum Jubilee celebration, you also initiated 75 lecture series. I want to tell you that we fulfilled that your dream. And today's foundation lecture will be the 76th lecture. Oh, 76th foundation. Yes. So, yeah. And on this occasion, I also, myself as well as the family, want to sincerely thank Dr. Sriram, my predecessor, who has taken an additional charge as a CSIR-CECRI director when he was director of CLRI also. Sir, CECRI is indebted to you for this great help. So yesterday we had inaugurated 1 week, 1 lab program. And during that 1 week, 1 lab program, we also inaugurated CECRI's Technology Pavilion yesterday, displaying all our CECRI's technologies and lab outcomes and R&D outputs. And along with that, we also inaugurated 2 major facilities on electrometallurgy, which one is gamma MnO2 plant, and another one is molten salt metallurgy facility. Today, we have inaugurated 3 more facilities, such as green hydrogen lab, electroplating plant, and climate action building. So let me also emphasize that these facilities have been created in an idea that we will do scale-up activities and technology transfer. That means we already crossed such certain TRL level on these matters. And yesterday, we also did a release of product, 3D printed piezoelectric dynamic pressure sensor. We handed over to ISRO. So for the strategic application. So you can understand that CECRI is working on indigenous development of technologies as well as import substitution. Today, at another such kind of events going to happen, one of things is transfer of boron nitride production technology is another import substitution. And I will inform you or promise you that several such indigenous materials and materials can be made using this molten salt synthesis. And yesterday I also received a message from Director DMRL congratulating CECRI for building this electroplating plant. And he informed that this facility will going to help our armed forces because this electroplating will strengthen the armed guns, gun barrels, and other things. And similarly, CECRI has developed a high temperature resistant coating that goes to Cheetah Chetak for HL product. Again, yeah, they are here, yes. So our support to our military forces. And we have yesterday transferred 2 technologies to MSMEs on production of hypochlorite. And we also going to show a video on our technology transfer to one MSME company on potassium perchlorate production. So this all I'm just giving you a few glimpses that CECRI is collaborating and committed to local industries, MSMEs, and even strategic sector. So we will continue this journey, and our objectives of R&D is industry connect and societal connect. And we do this with the clear mandate of import substitution and indigenization. Moreover, I believe that this institute, which has a past glory of so many things, also becoming more and more relevant in the days to come also. Especially the importance of energy sector and our batteries and green energy, hydrogen production, and environmental issues, all can be tackled using the electrochemical processes and electrochemical devices. So CECRI embarks these new emerging areas, like what I said, the batteries, electromobility, and carbon dioxide capture and utilization, etc. So we at CSIR-CECRI celebrate this 76th Foundation Day with the pride of our achievement and contribution to nation building. At this juncture, we also paid our deep respect to and salute to our visionary leader, Dr. Alagappa Chettiar, for providing us the opportunity to serve our nation through the science. So on this occasion, we also promise to our country that we strive to deliver the indigenization through innovation and fulfill the national mission goals. We also pride of our education, BTech and ACSR program. They are very dear to us, these programs. And also, we also conduct skill development and other Jijasa program also. And we get fully involved in these kind of programs to educate our next generation. So I now conclude, reflecting the message of our tall leader, Dr. Mashalkar, who said in our recent Amrit lecture series that CSR is not just leapfrogging, but pole vaulting in all technology developments. So we keep our aspirations high for ourselves and for CSIR and for the nation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for that insight and for highlighting the recent R&D activities of CECRI, highlighting the facilities that got inaugurated yesterday and today. Thank you very much, sir.
नेक्स्ट इज ऑनरिंग ऑफ द गेस्ट। अब मैं हमारे निदेशक महोदय से निवेदन करती हूँ कि वे हमारे माननीय अतिथियों का स्वागत सॉल और स्मृति चिन्ह देके करें। I now request our respected director, Dr. K. Ramesha sir, to kindly honor our honorable guests on the dais with a shawl and a memento, please. Our director is honoring Shri Bhupen Singh Ji, Secretary MNRE. Thank you, sir. Now, sir is honoring our beloved DG, Madam Dr. N. Kaleshelvi, with a shawl and memento. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Next is honoring of Director K.G. Sriram, sir, our former director of CSIR-CECRI. Sir is now honoring Dr. Anandavalli Ma'am, Director SCRC. Thank you so much, sir, for doing the honors. Thank you, everyone.
Next, we have the release of the booklet of CSIR at 75 lecture series. In commemoration of India's 75th year of independence, coinciding with 75th foundation year of CSIR-CECRI, and in association with the Society of Advancement of Electrochemical Science and Technology, CARICD has initiated a monthly lecture series on electrochemical science and technologies, a path forward to sustainable society, by having a special lectures by inviting eminent personalities working in the field of electrochemistry and its allied areas. It was initiated by DG Madam when she was director of CSIR-CECRI. It was continued by succeeding directors, Dr. K.J. Sir and Dr. K. Ramesha Sir. We are proud to announce that this 75 lecture series is successfully completed. I request our guest, Dr. Bhupinder Singh Bhalla Sir, to release it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's the time for the most awaited moment. That is the address by our Honorable DG, ma'am, who is the first Director General of CSIR-CECRI. Though our respected ma'am.
Namaskar, Vanakkam, and pleasant morning to every one of you. Thank you so much. So, how are you, CSIR-CECRI? Fine? Excellent? Outstanding? Good. So, I'm really more than excited to be a part of this 76th Foundation Day of CSIR-CECRI, because I also never imagined that when I started the 75th year for its launch of events, I never thought that I would go away and I'll come back for the completion. So thank you so much, Ramesha. You made me to be here for the completion of 75th year. And when you are stepping towards the 76th successful year from CSIR-CECRI. So friends, this is not a special moment only to CSIR-CECRI, but also to Kaleselvi and to all the electrochemists, I would say, because we all know that CSIR-CECRI, the nickname is Mecca of electrochemistry. So I'm not going to say something about what is CSIR-CECRI doing, because these days even Google is also telling what CSIR-CECRI is doing. Therefore, you don't require a DG to say that what CSIR-CECRI is doing. Therefore, I will just take something else from the bottom of my heart, and I will take this forum to share some of my thoughts with you. First of all, according to the invitation, it says Kaleselvi is the chief guest. But from my perspective, I'm just standing here as one among you. Because I'm from CSIR-CECRI, and even today I believe that if you ask me what is the address, yes, CSIR-CECRI was my address. Today maybe my address would have changed. But anyway, in Indian system, always in the address we used to write old door number, new number. So my old door number is CSIR-CECRI, and my new number is CSIR headquarters. So always, like the old passport, which is getting always attached to the new passport, I will never forget the old passport. And therefore, with that kind of the same emotions, I'm standing here with one among you. And maybe I would strongly say the birthplace of Kaleselvi may be some other place. It may be Vikramasinghapuram or Tirunelveli district or whatever. But if you ask the birthplace of DG CSIR, it is CSIR-CECRI. Why? Because the DG position, in my opinion, was not given to Kaleselvi, who was born from Vikramasinghapuram, but Kaleselvi, who did electrochemistry from CSIR-CECRI. And therefore, the birthplace of DG CSIR, I always believe that it is CSIR-CECRI and it is Karaikudi, and it is this great, I would say, blessed land. And therefore, I thought that it's worth sharing some of my views about what is this land that is telling us some kind of values in life, and what is this great branch of electrochemistry that really gives us some very important information about life on Earth. Friends, I will just start like this. This land is a holy land. As far as I am concerned, it is a temple. And this blessed land that only really made us to realize that a philanthropist like Dr. R.M. Alagappa Chettiar can really have a vision to the extent that he was not waiting for any government order. He was not waiting for any GO. He was not waiting for any OM. He never waited for any phone calls to come from Delhi for any kind of financial assistance. The moment the then Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, when he announced in the parliament that if at all somebody is really coming forward with some amount of money and some amount of the space for research, then the government will be in a position to consider that request. So it is that one simple announcement, one simple message that was shared by the Honorable Prime Minister, the then Prime Minister at that point of time in the Parliament, that triggered the man who was hailing from this remote part of this country, Karekudi. He just went with a suitcase carrying 15 lakh rupees and a document that says that 300 acres of land he was willing to donate. So by looking at that kind of a philanthropy, I think all of us should get a message behind it. Friends, there are two types of happiness. By getting something, you will get one kind of a happiness that could be explained. But by way of giving something, then also you will derive happiness that could not be explained, but that could be experienced. So Vallal R.M. Alagappa Chettiar, he just gave us the first message that don't always look for happiness in getting. Also, please understand, guys, please understand, there is a happiness which should be experienced by each and every one of you by way of giving also. I think this is the first message that this holy land and the philanthropist Dr. Vallal R.M. Alagappa Chettiar, he has already taught us. Second thing, Honorable Prime Minister has agreed, yes, one electrochemical research institute will come to this particular place. But in those days, Balaji, this place is known as a drought-hit place. At that point of time, it was coming under Ramanathapuram district, and now it is coming under Shivaganga district. And this is famous for its dry land culture. So downpour will not be so heavy in those point of time. And therefore, R.M. Alagappa Chettiar, he made a very great strategy. So he was just making it damn sure that he should not give even 1% of a chance for the Honorable Prime Minister to reconsider the thought by way of quoting that there will not be enough water in this place, and therefore he made it to happen in such a way. He filled the wells here within the campus by several loads of lorries of water. So when the then Prime Minister came here, the wells were full, and his heart was also full of hope and confidence. He believed, yes, this place will be suitable for an electrochemical research institute or a national research institute. And at that point of time itself, Karekudi was considered as a junction, and therefore that gave additional hope to the Honorable Prime Minister, because transport is not at all an issue. Space has been given, meaning is 300 acres of land. Money is given. Water facility is available. What else is required? Therefore, that is the way Vallal R.M. Alagappa Chettiar, he taught us the second lesson, that without even finding for reasons to say that it is not possible, it may not be possible, it could not be possible, he made all of us to understand that anything and everything could be made possible, provided you really think it in that particular point of view, and if you really wish that to happen from the bottom of your heart. This is the second lesson Vallal R.M. Alagappa Chettiar has already taught us. Now coming to electrochemistry. Electrochemistry, in my opinion, I think that is the best area of all the research areas in the world, I would say. Why? Because like Dr. R.M. Chettiar, electrochemistry also teaches us a lot of new lessons. First of all, electrochemistry is dominated by metals. You know metals are electropositive. Therefore, electrochemistry always deals with all positive characters. Metals are electropositive. And these metals, like Alagappa Chettiar, whenever they are releasing electrons, whenever they are donating electrons, whenever they are losing electrons, at that time only the metals are getting oxidized. So oxidation is nothing but release of electrons. So whenever any electropositive metal, it loses electron, it is getting escalated in its oxidation state. And similarly, when the electron is consumed, it is undergoing reduction. Therefore, once again, electrochemistry tells us, you should always be ready to lose certain things. You should be ready to share. You should be ready to donate, by means of which you will definitely see some kind of escalation, maybe in the form of oxidation state, or maybe in the form of career improvement, or whatever it may be the goal that you like in your life. So whatever lessons that we are getting is applicable to your personal life, to your official life, and your social life also. And friends, electrochemistry is giving us another very important message. It always believes in two dissimilar metals. Electrochemistry never favored similar metals. It always favored many a times dissimilar metals. Because many a times we say that he is not of my same wavelength. That is the issue. But electrochemistry never cried for similar wavelength. Electrochemistry always loved dissimilar metals. And cathode, because there are only two electrodes. One is cathode, the other one is anode. Cathode is an all-time positive person. Anode is an all-time negative person. But the great magic is, this all-time positive guy is always tolerating the all-time negative guy within the same electrochemical cell. And they are always living together. And they are making many reactions. And they are ruling the entire globe. So that is the beauty of electrochemistry. And therefore, you can always consider yourself as an electrochemically active cathode material. But you should always make sure that sometimes, and most of the times, you may have to live with the anode characters also, within the same electrochemical cell, within the same system. But I think the more compassion, or the most convincing part, or the most encouraging part is the electrolyte. Electrolyte is a fantastic media. It is a conducting media. It conducts all positive energy. So whenever cathode wants this anode to get stimulated, this cathode will be going on discharging some active cations through this electrolyte. So electrolyte is always a supporting medium. Even though we have primary electrolytes and supporting electrolytes, electrolytes always support the kind of communication between the cathode and the anode. Therefore, you need not worry about whether anode is negative or partially negative or fully negative. There is always a possibility that electrolyte is a medium that is ready to do any kind of conduction, any kind of positivity to be conducted further. Therefore, all these points, electrochemistry is really teaching you. Therefore, whenever you want to achieve anything, you just either think about Alagappa Chettiar, or you think about electrochemistry. I think these are the two examples that will tell you many, many important lessons which are to be followed in our life. And friends, many a times I used to think that even anodes, we have the speciality of the anode as sacrificial anode. Many a times, anodes undergo dissolution. They do sacrifice, by means of which the cathode is getting, as well as anode. They are not worried about the identity crisis. They believe in themselves. And they tolerate each other. They accept each other. They live together. They always make the connect through the electrolyte. And therefore, I think this is the way we should also take life, whether it is personal or official or social life. And now time has come. We cannot work in silos. We have to really expand our area with respect to industries, with respect to MSMEs, with respect to startups, academia. And therefore, this world is now expecting a lot more things from research organizations, and therefore to what extent we are, first of all, ensuring from our end that whatever it may be the other end's reception, whatever it may be the contribution from the other end, I will always be a cathode. I will find my own electrolyte. I can make even my anode partner also to really work in the same way cathode is expecting the anode to work. If you believe in all these things, if you trust that this will work, if you are confident that this will work, I think we, the electrochemists, we can do wonders. In my opinion, electrochemists can do anything and everything, and for electrochemists, nothing is impossible. Apart from all these things, I should say, in what way electrochemistry is really helping in the science and technology domain. Friends, India is a developing country today, and we cannot spend more time to become a developed country, even though we are passing through the Amritakal. Honorable Prime Minister always make it as a message that whatever we are doing in the next 6 years, that is only going to decide the fate of the country for the next 6 decades. Therefore, this particular period of Amritakal is very important, critically important, essentially important, not only to the individuals, but also to the country. And therefore, for any country to become a developed country from a developing country status, in my opinion, 5 strategies are very much important. 5 securities are important. One is food security. The other one is water security. The third one is healthcare security. And the fourth one is energy security. And the last one is strategic security. If you just see the real expansion or the bandwidth of electrochemistry, electrochemistry is able to touch upon and meet out the requirements of all the 5 securities. If you just take water security, electrochemistry helps in a major way, whether it is defluoridation or dearsenation or water-based whatever reactions or even desalination of water. Everywhere electrochemical technologies are getting integrated. Similarly, when you talk about food security, our own people are working on number of electrochemical sensors that will help you to identify how long the food can be preserved and how safe it is to eat it up to a particular time. Meaning is its stability could also be stabilized by, determined by electrochemical sensors, and therefore food security also has a lot of dependence on electrochemistry. And when it comes to healthcare, I need not even say, everywhere now we have the importance of sensor. So for your every parameter, whether it is BP or sugar or A to Z, every parameter, it could be monitored by a sensor. And even from this own laboratory, efforts are going on to integrate the entire thing in the form of a lab on a chip. And nowadays, everybody is wearing smartwatches, and we are coming up with even wearable electronics, where again, electrochemistry is finding its application. Coming to energy, by keeping Dr. Balaji here, I need not say more, whether it is energy generation, or it's energy conversion, or energy storage, everywhere electrochemical technologies are finding their very, very critical importance, I would say. Even though hydrogen can be produced by different methods, electrochemical method of producing hydrogen, it is assuming importance, because we, the electrochemical researchers, we are not at all giving any other obnoxious gases or any other harmful gases as the side product. And therefore, never we give any kind of a harmful or the side effects to the atmosphere or to the ambience. And therefore, electrochemistry as green chemistry, it is finding its application starting from energy generation. Similarly, for its energy conversion and its application, even fuel cells. So Balaji, you may be aware that we are working on fuel cells also, low temperature, high temperature, open cathode, closed cathode. So all these fuel cells also, again, everywhere electrochemical technologies are finding their application. And of course, energy storage. Now, not this lab is working on it, but CSIR-CECRI is working on type 4 cylinders. And therefore, everywhere you can find electrochemistry as a very, very important role. And the last security is the strategic security. Balaji, you will be amazed to know that whether it is Wagah border, or this Pamban Bridge, or the Thiruvalluvar statue which is standing there in the Cape Comorin, Kanyakumari, everywhere the protection, I would say whether it is the protection of the metal, or protection of the material, or protection of the structures, everywhere our corrosion engineering and science group, they are really making their efforts to see that. And you will be really excited to know that even many dams across the country, for their monitoring, for their stability, and for their critical evaluation, this lab is the nodal lab. And this director of this laboratory is one of the members of this monitoring committee. Again, big thanks to the corrosion division. The corrosion science and engineering, they really take care of the metal as well as material, well taking care of, whether it is starting from lead acid battery or seawater activated battery, or it is lithium battery or sodium battery, like the way it was narrated by Dr. Sivashanmugam, even metal air battery, and today you happen to see this redox flow battery. So all the types of batteries, we are there, and we are the ones who are having patents with respect to electrodes, electrolytes, and for the device as well as the process and the product. And you will be really interested to know that we are the NABL accredited testing laboratory for lead acid batteries. And to some extent, we started doing lithium batteries also. And this is where I just requested you, I just approached you, that this laboratory should be considered for NABL accreditation to completely test the lithium as well as sodium batteries in the countries. And this is where this laboratory is really looking forward help from MNRE. So again, meaning is it's a request to him. Okay. So this particular laboratory, I was just talking about the strategic security. So why this strategic security is finding its application with respect to all the divisions of this laboratory is, it was several decades back, this laboratory only developed the seawater activated battery, magnesium silver chloride battery. So that will be attached at the tail end of the satellites which are getting launched. So when the satellite is touching the seawater, seawater gets penetrated into this one, then that acts as the electrolyte, then it gets activated. Its activation time is 0.06 seconds, and this battery will really sacrifice its life, and the several crore worth electronic circuits will be saved. So batteries are always doing sacrifice only. So that way, this battery-related research is also finding its application with respect to strategic sector. And today you have seen the electroplating, that is the trivalent chromium plating. Again, our metal finishing division is doing a very, very wonderful and a unique job that, though several countries have already banned the hexavalent chromium for its application, India has given deadline up to 2025. But you will be interested to note that CSIR-CECRI is already on board with the technology ready for CR3+ chrome plating. And therefore, when this technology is becoming popular, country need not worry about its dependence on other countries, because Dr. Ramesha was talking about indigenization. Yes, we are here with a kind of indigenously developed CR3+ hot chrome plating also. And other divisions, whether it is electro-hydrometallurgy, pyrometallurgy, they have done wonderful job in the past. They are also doing good job now. And they are now being told that they have more than enough scope in the coming days also. And today you will be really thrilled to see that the simple technology, it may look like a simple technology on KCl04, which is now getting popularity through one MSME, because Balaji, you can understand that we are not only just finding our partnership with big companies, but also we are extending our support to MSMEs, startups, and many a times even entrepreneurs also. So this is how this particular laboratory is finding its role in the way of disseminating electrochemical science and technology in the form of education. Yes, we do come up with the 40 number of BTech students every year. 100 plus PhD students are doing electrochemical science and technology based research. So this is human resource development. Then we are finding our real ambassadors in every possible areas, including the strategic sector. Again, why again and again I'm coming to strategic sector is, just last day only, yesterday only, they, I think, transferred the technology on pressure sensors, dynamic pressure sensors, which will be finding its application in ISRO. So whatever the country is really dreaming for, whatever the national leadership is really looking for in terms of self-reliance, in terms of indigenization, in terms of green chemistry, I think it could be done and it could be achieved. And it is getting achieved from this laboratory in the name of electrochemical science and technology. And finally, I would say one word. The Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, he used to tell us many times, Kaliselvi, you as DG, all the time, you just go to the stage and say that we from CSIR, we are doing A, B, C, D, A to Z, you are telling, meaning is you are patting on your own shoulders. But who is there from the other end to acknowledge it, endorse it, accept it, and appreciate it, that yes, CSIR is essentially required for this country. Therefore, you should make some kind of an awareness in the society. Even Dr. Ramesha and other directors of the laboratories, we say that we are trying our level best to cater to the Indian industries and the society. To what extent we are able to reach the society? So then we realized that we have not reached the society in the way it is expected, and therefore the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Jitendra Singh Ji, on 26th of September 2022, he said, every lab should come up with showcasing and demonstrating its technologies, its process, its product, and all its capabilities for a period of 1 week. This he named it as 1 week, 1 lab. So CSIR has chosen this particular week. So selectively, they have chosen this particular week because yesterday they got the 1 week, 1 lab got inaugurated, and today is the 75th year completion and the 76th foundation day of CSIR-CECRI, and therefore the whole week they will be showcasing to the society the kind of technologies which are already available from this particular institute. And I should really appreciate and congratulate not only Ramesha, but the entire CSIR-CECRI family for having done this job wonderfully. You can clap for yourself. Friends, so humbly I can tell you one thing. I really dreamt a lot about this CSIR at 75. 1 year before itself we started, because at the time of CSIR at 75, few technologies ought to be transferred. So it was partially fulfilled because last year, when we started our 75th year, we could transfer 3 to 4 technologies. And I'm given an understanding that during this 1 year period, apart from 75 lectures, you have transferred few successful technologies also. And yesterday again, you transferred 2-3 technologies. And today again, 3-4 new facilities are also getting inaugurated. Therefore, I'm really overwhelmed by the kind of developments that have happened during this 1 year, for which I should really appreciate each and every one of you and congratulate each and every one of you. Because to initiate anything is very easy. I only initiated. Even though there is a proverb that says that a good beginning is half work done, it is only half work done. So I only initiated. But it was Sri Ram who made the graph with the same tempo. For 6 months, Sri Ram took care of the graph. He never allowed it to go to the dip, so he assured that it will maintain its tempo. And again now, in the last 4 months, Ramesha was pushed by me, I think maybe in an indefinite manner. Almost never he had this kind of a trouble in his entire lifetime. So for the past 4 months, he was troubled by me so much. And finally, Ramesha, thank you so very much. You completed it. Because initiating and maintaining is one kind of a thing, but completing it is very, very essential. Today, Ramesha is there with you to get it completed. And even today, that is Kaliselvi's touch. I told one more point that he should finish within next 2 to 3 months. And friends, I would say, you are getting an amazing leader like Ramesha, who will definitely live with each and every one of you with the same kind of energy or with the kind of your expectation. He will give you more than the expectation. He will live with you, he will work with you, he will support you, and he will take you to different heights. So believe in the leadership, work with him, support him unconditionally, and from CSIR headquarters side, definitely you will also get the support, like the way all the 36 laboratories are also getting the support. Even though my heart will be beating for you, but I can't say that I will give you more than enough that I will be giving to other laboratories. I can really say that, yes, please do that, do that. I think you will get more work only and less money only. But I already told, as usual, he's telling. But that's why I cautiously quoted R.M. Azhagappa Chettiar. I cautiously said that electrochemistry has told you many things. Therefore, you should not ask Kalai Selvi more things. Whenever you want something, think about Azhagappa Chettiar, think about electrochemistry, then you take things forward, because now Indian industries are there to support you. Indian ecosystem is ready to support you. Please make use of all the facilities that are available. And support from headquarters will be unconditional. And Kalai Selvi, as DG CSIR, will definitely support you from end to end for your every requirement. May not be financially, but through other ways. Therefore, friends, so everybody got the message. So therefore, friends, in life, it is not money that makes all these things important. Apart from money, there are many things. I need not tell you stories. So I just wish to finish my talk by telling only one thing. R.M. Azhagappa Chettiar's, I would say, philanthropic thing got recognized at the national level, and you got CECRI. Similarly, the electrochemical science and technology got recognized at the national level. You got an electrochemist as DG CSIR. It is not only Kalai Selvi. Each and every one of you, those who are sitting here, you are the electrochemist. Therefore, you can make impacts. Kalai Selvi is making impacts only at the national level, but you have wider scopes. You have greater heights to be touched upon. In my opinion, you as an electrochemist can rock the entire globe, and you can take different heights, for which you can take the example that system is always ready to recognize electrochemistry. One good enough has gone, but the second Nobel laureate in the field of electrochemistry should come from CSIR-CECRI. And I pray the Almighty that the next Nobel laureate in the field of electrochemistry should come from this great institute, CSIR, Central Electrochemical Research Institute, and I wish it should happen during my lifetime. And I believe each and every one of you will make it to happen. With that kind of an expectation, thank you so very much. Have a good day. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It is indeed our great privilege to listen to your very humble and kind words. We are really blessed to hear the legacy of CSIR-CECRI, the Temple of Electrochemistry, on this holy land, and also sharing very important lessons on joy of giving and sharing with excellent examples of electrochemistry. In your talk, you highlighted various aspects of electrochemistry in energy, corrosion, healthcare, sensors, food safety, electroplating, and whatnot. Thank you very much for your very inspirational talk. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen, now before we listen to the 76th Foundation Day lecture by Shri Bhupinder Singh Bhalla sir, it is my pleasure to introduce Shri Bhupinder sir to the audience, please. Shri Bhupinder S. Bhalla sir is currently the Secretary MNRE. After pursuing ICWA and MBA from Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, he joined the Indian Administrative Services in 1990. As a member of the Union Territory cadre of the IIS, he has had memorable stints in diverse fields across the Union territories as the constitutional and administrative head. He has worked in the key positions at the Government of India as well. As Director Banking, Ministry of Finance, he played a role in several major initiatives in India's banking sector. He was then deputed as counselor in the Indian Embassy at Washington, D.C., USA, where he was actively involved in Indo-US bilateral engagements in finance, energy, and agriculture. Then he worked in Ministry of Commerce and Industry as Joint Secretary, and then as Additional Secretary responsible for India's trade relations with the neighboring countries and Iran. Also for the export promotion of engineering products worldwide. He also worked as a Director General, Trade Remedies, and led the India Brand Equity Foundation as its CEO. He is currently responsible for planning and executing India's ambitious goals for the renewable energy sector as Secretary, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Sir has been conferred with many prestigious awards and accolades. With these few words, may I invite Shri Bhupinder Singh Bhalla sir for delivering the 76th Foundation Day lecture.
Dr. Kala Silvi, Director General CSIR, Secretary DSIR, and my colleague in Government of India. Dr. KJ Sriram, Director CSIR-CECRI. Dr. Anandavali, Director CSIR-SECI and CMC Chennai. Dr. K. Ramisha, Director CSIR-CECRI Karaikudi. We have, I think, Dr. Sivaj Shanmugam, Senior Scientist, CSIR-CECRI. Mr. P. Shyam Sundar, Administrative Officer, CSIR-CECRI. Former directors, former scientists, other scientists, innovators, and officers of CSIR. I think the CSIR, not only CSIR family, but CSIR-CECRI family, but also CSIR family. We have members of the Research Council of CSIR-CECRI, industry partners, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon and vanakkam. It is indeed, I did learn Tamil a little bit in the academy, so I can try my hand here. It is indeed a humbling experience to be here with you today to celebrate the 76th Foundation Day of CSIR, Central Electrochemical Research Institute. I'm delighted to be here amongst you in your joyous moment, and I'm happy to know that I was very happy to know. I actually have known Dr. Kala Silvi for quite some time since I joined Government of India in November last year. So we've been working together quite often. But I didn't realize that she is from this institute. So that knowledge I've gained today. And this is my maiden visit to Karaikudi. In fact, this is my maiden visit to Chettinad area of Tamil Nadu. And I'm overwhelmed to know that about the legacy of this institute and its crucial contributions to science and technology in the niche areas of electrochemistry for more than 75 long years. I must also profess and admit that I am perhaps singularly underqualified addressing the eminent audience here who have, I think, 99% have doctors in your prefixed against your name. The balance 1% are, I think, going to have those, whereas I am not going to have one. But if there is anyone who does not have a doctorate, don't worry, I am with you. And not only that, all of you have amassed years of rigorous hard work and brilliance. And also, I must admit, I do not have a science background. And fortunately, the Government of India thought that I have the requisite experience and administrative acumen to head a scientific ministry. I'm very honored with that privilege, and I hope to continue. I hope I can fulfill the aspiration that Government of India has placed in me for heading a scientific ministry. However, this has also given me a chance to reflect on my thoughts on the wonderful work that CSIR Lab Network, doing for indigenous technology development. And with a captive audience like you, let me utilize this opportunity to the utmost. Ladies and gentlemen, at first glance, public policy and scientific research are seen to be fundamentally disparate entities. Public policy seeks certainty of outcomes. It pursues value creation as an end, and more often than not, it comes from a place of hubris and hierarchy rather than rigorous analysis. The pursuit of research is diametrically opposite. It is open-ended. It revels in its unanswered curiosities, and above all, it is humble in its knowledge of its and or lack of knowledge. And the only keystone that drives it is the insatiable curiosity that drives us to question the world around us. And yet, the intersection of research and public policy is a critical piece of the architecture on which rests the fate of any nation. Scientific research provides the empirical foundation upon which informed and evidence-based policy decisions are built. Conversely, public policy frameworks influence the direction and funding of scientific research, guiding it towards areas of societal need and long-term sustainability. As the questions that are asked of policymakers get tougher and more time-constrained in face of new challenges, such as climate change and energy transition, we must rally together to find the solutions of the future. We, and I would say Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, in collaboration with CSIR, Ministry of Petroleum, and the Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor, we just concluded our first international conference on green hydrogen. So let me take that as an example. But first, let me also thank Drs. Kala Silvi and CSIR team once again for the superlative effort they had put in to make this conference a grand success. As you know, well, I must clap. I think CSIR, I think it only a few months we made the first international conference on hydrogen possible. Not only that, the way it actually came out, and some of you may have participated in it. I mean, I don't have to, I've only been told, I mean, I was there, but I've only been told that it was a grand success, so I believe what I've been told. I'm happy to believe that. As you know, India has launched its National Green Hydrogen Mission earlier this year, which MNRE spearheaded. It is an ambitious program that relies for its success, not as much on existing technologies, but as much as it does on the prospect of better, more efficient, more innovative, and robust technology options of the future. It perceives through the hate and strength in original work that you do in labs like CSIR-CECRI. In a way, it is an open bet on the strength of India's research community, the innovation of our startups and industry, and the fascinating collaboration between academia, government, and the private sector. It is an open bet on the fact that India's research ecosystem will deliver technologies at scale for green hydrogen production. And I have no doubt, having seen the fantastic work that you're doing here, and along with the industry which is pursuing many things on their own, that you will deliver. Friends, electrochemical research is going to be at the forefront of our ambitious plan for energy transition. And I must thank Dr. Kala Silvi for a wonderful knowledge that I've gained of electrochemistry. I mean, I don't think I've ever learned so much of electrochemistry in half an hour I've ever done in my life. And I think she has a great future after, of course, retirement and, of course, an illustrious career. That please go ahead and please talk to the students of this nation if you get an opportunity. No, I mean, apart from the university, no, we are talking about students in class 8th, 9th, 10th. And that's what I'm talking about. I mean, I'll just give you an example. I was posted in Washington, as was mentioned, I was posted in Washington, but of course I went as a middle-aged person because I was working from Government of India. And, in Washington you have those, so many museums there are. So I went to see the Air and Space Museum, which I'm sure many of you must have seen. And when I wandered in, wandered around with my kids, of course, and then I was looking around like a child. at that museum. And in fact, during that visit, about a couple of hours of Air and Space Museum, and I felt that if I had visited that museum when I was young, then power capacity coming from non-fossil sources by 2030. And with increasing renewable energy penetration, giant leaps in stationary battery storage technologies will need to take place to drive up technical efficiencies that drive down its cost. I mean, our estimate is that if we have to reach 500 gigawatts of total renewable energy or non-fossil capacity, we'll need about 480 or so gigawatt of RE capacity, and 20 gigawatt or so will be nuclear capacity by 2030. We will need about 300 gigawatt hours of storage capacity to keep our grid system robust. For grid stability, we have no option but to have about 300 plus gigawatt hours of storage, energy storage capacity. And that is where, I mean, it's not only pumped storage, it's talking about all kinds of storage. And that is where I think electrochemistry is going to be very, very useful for India. The national green hydrogen production target that we have under the mission of 5 million metric tons per annum by 2030, and its viability will depend heavily on our ability to create and master electrolyzer technologies and create viable alternatives through biological production cycles that leverage India's availability of biomass in bulk. Of course, you are doing it from the electrochemical process, but we also have the biomass process, which probably a little bit I think you use it in the saltwater electrolysis process, which you demonstrated today. But there's a lot of work to be done in both in electrolysis, on the biomass route, as far as the green hydrogen production is concerned. And I would urge every scientist, innovator, and technologist in this hall to be part of our vision as a nation. And I assure you that the government is committed to support indigenous technological development through all possible policy levers available. In fact, in the scheme that we've come out, I was talking to I was sitting with this lady here on the flight, and she didn't know who I was, and I didn't know who she was, and we started talking about they are trying to make an electrolyzer entirely made, they want to make an electrolyzer in India, totally through indigenous technology, and probably that is why they are visiting CSIR-CECRI today. But the fact is that in our scheme that we've come out for electrolyzer manufacturing, incentive for electrolyzer manufacturing, it is part of our mission to encourage indigenous technology. And this, in fact, came, if you recall, from one of the discussions we had with the PSA and elsewhere, that we should have a component of incentive focused on indigenous technology. So in the electrolyzer manufacturing incentive scheme that we've come out, we've kept a component. We kept a bucket for the indigenous technology. It may be difficult. I know it may be difficult because it may not have achieved a TRL7. I don't know. But can a TRL3 be taken to TRL5 and then taken to TRL7 and then TRL9? Let's see what happens. But we have kept a component for indigenous technology. We do not want to, reduce that bucket. We don't want to remove the bucket. Only if nothing happens, after several rounds of our bidding and we find that no one takes it, then we may think of using that bucket, but we would like to encourage. I'm very happy to see the technologies which are being developed in not only in CSIR-CECRI particularly, and we had always heard of this green hydrogen production technology that you had innovated and developed. And I'm very happy to have inaugurated this facility. I mean, how best to have a wonderful day in Karaikudi than to learn about and see a technology in action of what I've been talking about in the last 6 months, and I've been trying to learn about in the last 6 months, and I'm very happy that you've done that. There are a lot of more technologies to be developed. I'm sure you are going to be up to the task. CSIR has been a valuable partner for MNRE in many scientific and technological endeavors. We share a common platform in solving issues revolving around the Sustainable Development Goals. CSIR-CECRI's prowess in the area of energy storage, which you mentioned, lead acid, lithium ion, lithium sulfur, sodium ion flow, and metal air batteries or supercapacitors is unmatchable and world-class. Your continuous efforts in positioning India as a world leader in energy storage solutions, electrolyzer technology, and e-mobility are highly commendable. I'm aware that CSIR has successfully completed the mission project on the technology and product with sun utilization network, TAPSUN, I believe it's the acronym, under the National Solar Mission, which MNRE's mission, in which CSIR-CECRI spearheaded the store solar theme. Similarly, CSIR has ventured into many areas of R&D under wind energy as well. That's something we need to kind of maybe think more about, because we have a lot of potential as far as wind energy in the country is concerned. Now we're coming out with offshore wind, which we really want to tap, and Tamil Nadu is going to be Gujarat and Tamil Nadu are most promising states for offshore wind technologies, and these are the two states where the first offshore wind technologies will be developed and demonstrated on the field. I've already talked about the green hydrogen laboratory. I'm very happy to have been part of it. I believe now I think we need to go further from that small scale, from 5 kilowatt. We need to go up to, in not only in kilowatt, we have to go to megawatt. Now, how do you get a 5 kilowatt to 500 kilowatt, and how do we go to 5,000 kilowatt, or at least 1,000 first, and then further is something that we need to do. But I'm sure you will be able to do it. I'm extremely delighted to see the initiatives of CECRI in alignment with one of the UN's Sustainable Development Goals on climate action and the Government of India's mission on carbon capture, utilization, and storage. The Climate Action Building, which Dr. Skella Silvi inaugurated today, is based on the technology and I'm very happy to see what you are doing in the field of carbon CO2 capture. And I believe, and looking at how it was explained, I mean, I'm coming from Delhi, and Delhi needs the technology that you're developing. I was chairman NDMC, the New Delhi Municipal Council itself is the municipal body overseeing the VIP part of national capital. We have two municipal bodies in Delhi. One is the Municipal Corporation Delhi, one is NDMC. And last year when I was chairman, and that time, because in Delhi, because of air pollution becomes very bad because of other factors, from fires, from crop residues. I think one of the things that we were going to do was have these towers, smog towers, and different ways in which to capture to improve the air pollution. And I'm sure to improve the air quality in Delhi. I'm sure your technology is going to be very useful and looked forward by not only Delhi, but entire North India. I'm also very happy to witness the inauguration of the electroplating facility, and I'm it was a learning experience, and I compliment you on, leapfrogging. I don't know what term Dr. Mashelkar used. Pole vaulting, yes. So I'm happy to see that you pole vaulted into something which India wants to do in 2025, and all compliments to CSIR-CECRI for this pole vault, a very successful pole vault indeed. I'm very happy to see to learn about the 1 week, 1 lab. I had not my 1 week, 1 lab. I didn't know what it meant till I sat there and I learned about it. I'm very happy that, I have worked in the government. When I was in commerce, I was also the joint secretary and additional secretary in charge of export of engineering products. And one of the engineering products are actually the biggest baskets of India's exports. And we are very good in engineering. Indian engineering is one of the best, I would say. We are really at par with the world. But these small-scale industries, the medium-scale industries, large-scale industries have the money and resources to look for technology which is all available. but it is the small and the medium scale industry which does not have access to, we do not have money for, pockets for research. They only have to go ahead and buy technology. So, and the resources are limited. Not only that, the knowledge is limited. I mean, I think the biggest thing which I felt was this gap, information asymmetry between the people who need technology and you as scientists and institutions which have the technology and experts who are great in technology. But there is an information asymmetry about how do we, hand these over, are able to, at least they should know what is available. If they know that some technology is available, they can talk to 5 institutions and then say, okay, which one they should take. But they do not know, and we do not have that knowledge sharing. So I'm very happy that you are, this week has been spent on demonstrating technologies, and that's going to be very important. And I would urge you to partner with industry associations across Tamil Nadu for this purpose. I mean, not only in this area, but I would say across Tamil Nadu, because then you would be able to showcase the technologies which you've already developed. The small scale industry and the medium scale industry would have access, would at least know about it, and then they can talk to you and work out the details. That is my request to you, and I'm very happy at this initiative, which I think Honorable Minister has suggested and you have followed. And all compliments to CSIR for taking it forward. Ladies and gentlemen, an organization Foundation Day, I'm very happy, of course, this is the 76th Foundation Day of this eminent institute. It is an excellent occasion for deep introspection and stock-taking, and for charting its collective future together. I've had the privilege of getting a brief glimpse of the work that you do here, but I'm sure I have but scraped the surface of what is a spirited, dynamic institutions. The key thematic areas of electrocatalysts, electrochemical power sources, corrosion, materials protection, electroplating, electrometallurgy, process engineering are crucial ingredients of India's economic growth and development. And I'm glad to note that CSIR-CECRI has been actively engaged with the renewable energy community to further this vision in the coming decade. Your active bilateral engagements with your peers in the countries like the US, Germany, Japan, and Egypt are an indication of not just of your world-class practices, but also your willingness and openness to engage with the global community. Your institutions has well served the faith reposed in its abilities through regular technology transfers to the industry, a long list of high-quality articles and patents to researchers' names, and most importantly, creating a steady stream of high-quality human capital. Let me not keep you away from lunch anymore. I wish DG CSIR and Director CECRI, Dr. K. Ramesha, and the entire team of CSIR-CECRI my very best and congratulate you on your 76th Foundation Day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for the very interesting, informative, and inspiring Foundation Day lecture. And thank you very much for highlighting the close association of CSIR with MNRE in many SNT areas. And also for highlighting how CSIR and MNRE share a common platform in overcoming the challenges related with sustainable development goals. Thank you, sir. As sir was insisting on the importance of reaching to the school kids, I'm happy to share here that to commemorate the 75th Foundation Year of CSIR-CECRI, under the umbrella of Jigyasa, we have adopted 75 schools and 75 students. CECRI is a part of 40 Atal Tinkering Labs. We have Lab at School program, under which we have visited 40 schools till now. Nearly 42 talks were broadcasted from January 2023 to July 2023. Tomorrow, we have Students Connect program under 1 week, 1 lab campaign. And today, we have an IP awareness rally by students in the evening. So I just wanted to share this with you, sir. Thank you so much.
Friends, now it is the time for felicitation address by our esteemed guest of honor, Dr. K.J. Sriram sir and Dr. N. Anandavalli ma'am. Dr. K.J. Sriram sir is one among us and he is director of our sister lab, CSIR, Central Leather Research Institute. Sir had assumed the charge of additional director CSIR-CECRI when our honorable madam took over the charge of DG CSIR. Dr. Sriram sir has always been a very big support and a great well-wisher of CSIR-CECRI. With this, may I now request Sriram sir for his felicitation address, please. Sir.
Thank you very much. The secretaries on the dais, little did I realize that when I was standing on the same podium for the 75th Foundation Day celebrations last year, that within a few days, I'll be asked to come back here and take charge of this institute. And at that point of time, whenever you are given an additional charge, the director of who takes care of the additional charge has two ways to look forward. One is keep everything in abeyance and wait for the next man to come and hand it over safely. But I had a challenge because my good friend at that point of time, who had become the DG CSIR, would call me every day and talk to me more about CSIR than about CLRI. I think she almost forgot that I was Director CLRI. So I had only one way forward, that in the relay race that the institute had taken up under her, I had to run the race as fast as I could, so that when I handed over charge to the next person, I was not to be told that you put everything in abeyance. So I hope I have done that part well. And so you would realize that after my last visit here, I'm coming here after handing over to Ramesha directly in Chennai itself. Today morning, DG was mentioning that that Friday, I had about a 1 hour talk with her about what to do next in CSIR. But thankfully, the same day evening before leaving Delhi, I was told that Ramesha is ready to take over, and I called up Ramesha from the airport and said, come over 9 o'clock morning at CMC, I'm going to hand it over to you. So I think most of CSIR Karaikudi did not know that there was a handover taking place on a Saturday, and the director had changed. DG CSIR mentioned that the electrochemists can always do wonders. I'm extremely happy to find that many of those projects for which we had submitted our proposals, for which we had done our best to get it across to CSIR during my additional charge period, today have fructified. Today, I think we are on the verge of running into the country's success as a leader in science and technology. And it's going to be more and more challenging for this institution. As the DG kept saying, the national leadership is looking forward to ... So CSIR, unfortunately or fortunately, having a member of its family as the DG CSIR has become a limelight in the national scenario, and therefore there's no sleeping at CSIR anymore. So I hope this continues and we are able to prove to the world that CSIR can do wonders. Adding to it is the fact that CSIR is a family, and I must at this point of time also come back and say that for this very same occasion, or for the 75th Foundation Day, myself, Dr. Anandavalli and Dr. Kaleshal, we met outside of the Chennai airport after having sent off Dr. Mande, who had visited us in Chennai after his tenure was over. And we suddenly, Dr. Kaleshal, we said, why not all of us come together in Karaikudi for the Foundation Day? And Madam, I must tell you that we have continued that activity, and with Ramesha on board. Ramesha has an unusual problem. He was relieved by Dr. Anandavalli from CMC, and I still hold him in my campus as a staff quarters person. So Ramesha is sandwiched between the two of us. So in that sense, I hope the standing together of the institutions of diverse nature, but having the same goal to do wonders for this country through S&T is something that we will all cherish. And in this, I am very sure that not only the staff members of CSIR-CECRI, but the staff members of all the laboratories of CSIR will be together in ensuring that we are able to deliver for this country what it needs from CSIR. So this is something which I thought we should all be looking forward to. Last but not the least, I must say that DG CSIR has kept telling about one aspect that ask me everything other than money. But I would like to tell her that, Madam, even Alagappa Chettiar did give us some money. So you cannot be that very, this thing, you may want to call it philanthropy, I don't mind it, because we are ready to take money whichever way you give it, as far as you give it. So it's not just your good wishes, but please emulate Alagappa Chettiar, because he had at that point of time given a sizable money for creation of this organization, and we look forward to that support as well from you. With this, I once again wish the CECRI family the very best in the years to come, and I'm very sure that we all would stand up to the demands of the country in its journey towards higher heights. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your excellent support to CSIR-CECRI and also very encouraging felicitation address.
Yeah. So, respected Madam Dr. Kalai Selvi, Director CSIR, Secretary DSIR, respected Sir Bhupinder Singh Ji, Secretary MNRE, Dr. KJ Sriram, Dr. Ramesh Shah, Dr. Shivashanmugam, Shyam Sundar, and industry partners, former directors and colleagues, staff, my dear brothers and sisters of this campus, students, present media, ladies and gentlemen, Vanakkam and Namaskar. So coming to this Foundation Day, it gives me a lot of happiness for a number of reasons. One is basically I'm from this region. My native is nearby Karekudi. That is one of the basic reasons. And also during the Foundation Day, my grandfather was one of the part of CECRI Foundation. I have a picture in my house where Prime Minister, the then Prime Minister, along with that, my grandfather was also there. So he used to tell earlier like how this organization was created, because it was the donation of, not only the donation of money, but also land, but also the will to bring it here of Dr. Alagappa Chettiar. Because of that, CECRI was born, and today we see the fruits of it. So he thought not only this will bring focus to this small town, but also many livelihood who are living here, livelihood, education, all these things. Because as Valluvar says, Kedal Vizhchelvam Kalvi Oruvarukku Madalla Matravai. So the education, value of education also he knows. That is why he has started all these educational institutions, and it has created a lot of opportunity for nearby villages also. Many of them could do their education right from primary to the I think post-graduation or doctorate can be done. So that is the thing what Alagappa Chettiar has given. And similarly, Director Professor Vasu, he has created like the Center of Education right from entry level to becoming scientist or to DG level. So that is CECRI, he has created that. And as we were witnessing the opening of a number of facilities, and also CECRI's focus, as we all know, the fuel cells, marine corrosion, offshore corrosion testing, and also lithium-ion battery in my campus, I should say, proudly, and also carbon capture, which is essential at the right point of time, green hydrogen, electroplating, and whatnot, many of the indigenization of many of the technologies. And it is not only because of the present, but the hard work and dedication of the earlier generations that has laid a strong foundation. And because of this, the institution is growing like anything. And coming to the renewable energy, I would like to say that ACRC has developed the know-how on the floating offshore platforms. So that know-how we have developed indigenization or the capacity building. And as last year, the same day as Dr. Sriram was telling, we were here. And 75 years ago, Dr. Alagappa Chettiar was able to mobilize the then Prime Minister from the capital city to this small town by donating 300 acres of land and 15 lakhs of money. And for creation of CECRI to a place, this place is very famous for its cultural heritage as well as cuisine. And after 75 years, from this small town, our beloved DG Madam is at our capital city. This transformation we can see in the last 75 years. And last year, when Madam's focus was with CECRI, energy and focus with CECRI, now as she highlighted, her focus on energy shared between 37 lakhs, and being an energy person, an energetic person, she knows how and where to generate energy, how to store, distribute, and recycle it. And this energy includes finance also, resources also. So, and another special attachment I should say, from my campus, the next present director, Dr. Ramesha, is hailing from, so that also gives a special moment to participate in this Foundation Day. And I would like to congratulate each one of you, because it is because of the hard work of each one of you that today you are celebrating the 76th Foundation Day, and wishing to celebrate much more Foundation Day with all the energy. And together, as a fellow lab and CSIR together, we can make our nation with all the securities, as Madam was telling, and towards global leadership, we can march towards that. And I would like to conclude with the Thirukural, Nyalam Karudinam Kaikudum, Kalam Karudi Idattar Sein, which means that if we do with the timely effort, then if we wish to rule the world, it is possible. So with that, I congratulate each one of you again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your very kind gesture in offering felicitation address and also emphasizing the importance of indigenous technologies. Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, next on agenda is the announcing of commercialization of CECRI technology on 3D printable polymer filaments, which is ready for commercialization. 3D printing is evolving manufacturing process under a smart manufacturing category for various special materials ranging from metal, ceramics, plastics, composites, etc. for various applications. Invariably, most of the 3D printable materials are being utilized from imported sources. CSIR-CECRI has identified this shortfall and took efforts to cater this area by developing a series of indigenous 3D printable materials suitable for FDM-based 3D printing. CECRI has developed 3 printable filaments for 3 materials, that is acrylic butadiene-styrene, polyelectric acid, and graphene-infused polymer composite. Today, Monotech Systems Limited, Chennai, has taken up this technology. I now invite the representatives from Monotech.
We are Monotech Systems, leading manufacturer and one-stop solution provider for printing and packaging industry globally. Established in 1999, with more than 400 plus employees, 5,000 plus happy customers, 15 plus locations, 10 owned brands, 27 alliance brands, 2 manufacturing facilities, 1.4 billion turnover. We are committed to achieve customer satisfaction by providing quality products and services. We continuously improve effectiveness through systematic quality processes. Monotech Systems, the future of printing and packaging is here.
Hi, I'm P. Jain, Managing Director, Monotech Systems Limited. Monotech is into manufacturing and distribution of digital and 3D printing equipment. The journey started in the year 1999 and with the pre-press business, but now Monotech is a conglomerate with 5 business verticals catering to the different aspects of printing, publishing, and a conglomerate with 5 business verticals catering to the different aspects of printing, publishing, and the 3D printing market.
Hi, I'm Rajesh Mrityunjay. I'm the Vice President for 3D Monotech, a division of Monotech Systems Limited. And right now, I'm in the Experience Center of 3D Monotech, where you can see that we are processing a number of parts using additive manufacturing, right from plastics to wax to metals, a whole lot of technology solutions for the industry. And we are one of the pioneers in the additive manufacturing industry. And today I will take you around and show you what do we do in 3D Monotech. You can see I'm in the Experience Center of Mark Forged, one of the pioneers for composite 3D printing and 3D printing in the industry. And we have a Experience Center which can take the complete composite solution for the industrial applications, right from functional prototypes to end-use parts, and where it includes fixtures, tools, etc. for the manufacturing industry. Apart from that, we have a lot of machines with us, almost 5 machines, 3D printers, right inside this facility, which can cater to various types of thermoplastics, composites, wax, metals, for your various technological needs. We are at the R&D Center.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor for us to be part of this family. In fact, today the director from MNR is there. I have been in the renewable energy with biomass gasification earlier, and now today with CSIR for this initiative. It's a great honor for us, and thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. In fact, a few years back, probably 10 years back, we would not have imagined a small industry coming in and taking over a technology. But today, we are able to come here and take technology and take it forward to the nation. It's a proud moment for all of us. Thank you very much from the Monotech team. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Next is transfer of technology on preparation of hexagonal nitride through molding and salt technique. I now invite the representative from Multicoat and Team CECRI, Dr. Sridhar and Dr. Bri Subramaniam, to kindly come on the please. I also request Head TTBD, Dr. Davidson, to kindly initiate the proceedings, please. Sir, please. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Next on video on technology, of potassium chlorate and perchlorate. Considering the importance in defense and fireworks, CECRI developed a process for the production of potassium chlorate and perchlorate in 1970s. This technology had lost its luster while India was largely dependent on Chinese imports to meet its demand, and there is an export curve recently. Rising to this situation, CECRI has rediscovered its expertise in this technology and recently developed an improved process which is at the cusp of commercialization by an MSME. With this, I request Team CNU to kindly play the video, please.
Thank you, Team CNU. With this, we have come to the end of the program. May I now request Shri P. Shamsundarji, Administrative Officer, CSIR-CECRI, to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon. Respected dignitaries, I feel myself very privileged to present here to propose formal vote of thanks. Shri Bhupender Singh Ji, I wholeheartedly acknowledge my thanks to Bhupender Singh Ji to come down here to deliver 75th Foundation Day lecture. Next, our DG Madam, without which our Foundation Day celebrations would have been completed. Luckily, in spite of her busy schedule, she made a point to come here, and it means a lot to us, Madam. We need your regular support and inspiration for all of us. And my next thanks to Dr. K.J. Sriram sir for his regular support and inspiration for all of us. And my thanks to Anandavali Madam. My thanks to Director for giving freedom to operate freely to successfully conduct this program. And my next thanks to Organizing Committee under the chairmanship of Dr. Saraswati for making this program very successful. My thanks to all the HODs for making this program grand success, heads of TTBD, PPMG, and my logistics sections, and all other people to make this program very success. And my thanks to all the retirees who present here to make this program very grand success. And this audience is culmination of past, present, and future. I hope this institute will go in new heights under the leadership of Dr. K. Ramesha. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now request everyone to kindly rise for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्ज्वल जलधि तरंग तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you all.
Friends, before we break for lunch, there is an important announcement to be made.